Gentlemen, welcome to the second ever live podcast of Heart Rocket. Can you guys all hear us? Because we're having a few technical issues, as per usual, with everything that we do in life in general. Let me see if I can see the comment. This is a new setup for us, guys. So,
Milan here, I'm okay.
Milan's there.
I feel more confident.
Solid. We made it. We can now start. Yeah, well, we were actually going to have a really cool evening. We even look at the couch setup that we did. Took me all of.
He even bought a popcorn.
I didn't buy popcorn, but I was going to.
Ah.
Yeah, but I did have some chicken nuggets. So I was going to cook those. But we were actually going to watch the Love Me documentary. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it before, but it's very insightful, amusing, interesting. And Luba used to work for that company, and she'd never seen it before. So we thought we'd watch it, and we'll be able to tell you exactly what's going on, because it's all about the social. It's about AFA, right? So it's a documentary, I guess, crew follows AFA around, and there's three guys that are featured, and all different things happen to them. Very interesting. One guy's getting just blatantly scammed. Another guy gets his heart broken. Another guy actually gets married. And so
I definitely gonna watch it because when we posted in our Telegram group, like a lot of guys been asking, like it would be when we have to cancel it. The guys were asking if it is okay. Wait, okay. Can you tell me if you can hear me, please?
Yeah, I did a dry run of it, just like an unlisted video, and like within 2 minutes, like YouTube said, "Hey, what are you doing?"
But we don't even know if they can hear us.
Yeah, Milan said yes. Can you guys hear us?
No, yes, he said yes. Working. Okay.
Yes.
Sammy, is it our Sammy or other Sammy?
Who? I don't know. I think my comments are different than yours.
Sammy, is it you or it's not you?
Yeah, so we're just doing a pretty weird setup here. What do you guys think of this? Do you guys like this setup better than our other one with the table when we're sitting opposite each other as if we're Joe and Rogan? I'll be Joe, you can be Rogan.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah. So we had to can that anyway.
Same in Poland. Okay.
What?
Same in Poland. It's our secret keyword. Okay.
Yeah. So we just thought we would do a video about what?
He said my luggage went missing. No, one of our
guys.
Thanks.
Thanks for telling us now while we're doing a live stream.
So I have to be.
Let's everybody go. Like we need to track down this. Well, we'll help you out afterwards. So we just thought we'd talk about the original podcast that we were going to do, which was the state of matchmaking at the moment and our predictions for the future. And, we have some data now because we've been doing this for the last year almost a year now after the war, not a whole year, but after the war, and some other things that we may just randomly talk about. So, what do we do? People always say, let's wait till the chat catches up. Have you heard that before?
Mm-mm.
Why do they say that? What do they mean?
Because maybe they have subscribers.
Maybe they have people in there. Do we? We've got 10.
I don't know if it is appropriate, but the fridge is open. Maybe you go and close.
Yeah, please. I saw that. I was trying.
We were so prepared that even the fridge is, hey, I want to watch you. Okay, guys. So basically, we've been asked several times about what is the future of the matchmaking, how it is now. And we got one comment recently on our Telegram channel that I'm going to read. And if you are not a member of our Telegram channel, please join. The link will be in the description below. It's very weird. I don't know where to look. But please join, because sometimes there we post some updates. We discuss something.
Disclaimer, I didn't put it in the description below.
I didn't know that the video where I'm eating pizza will take the most amount of views and comments.
Where?
You haven't seen it. You're not watching.
On Telegram?
Yes.
I unsubscribe.
And so you watch me eating, that's why. So yes, so please subscribe to our Telegram channel, basically. And the comment was and is, I'd be interested how you think about the war situation of Eastern European women now fleeing to Western countries like Germany or Poland. Won't they already have enough selection there that they don't need to hire a matchmaker? If so, how it is influencing the quality of women left to date?
It's influencing the quality of women. Yeah.
I think it should influence the quality of men.
Yeah, look, we talk about this a little bit, not really because it's sort of something that affects us, but just because there is some chitter chatter around the place of it, and some comments and stuff like that saying that, the women are now in Western Europe for the most part, and they have a plethora, a range, a smorgasbord of men to choose from. And they're now living these incredible lives. They're never going to go back or anything. And Ukraine is no longer going to be sort of something that's desirable for them. There's many different parts to dissect there, I suppose. But number one, the majority of women, unless you were, say, a young, like 22, 23-year-old woman, yeah, then maybe its life is a little bit different. Okay. But when, for the most part, from what I see, and even women here in Spain, well, I met one woman here in Spain, and she's living in a refugee center with 200 other people. And she's there with her mother, and they don't have any option. They have to live like that, right? Maybe they could go to another country and get more money, but I don't know. I don't know the system, whether you've been to one country or go to another country. But they're not out there, having a grand old time partying with plenty of money, going out meeting a bunch of men. Maybe some of the younger ones are, maybe they are, but there's still the cultural issue, with a lot of these things. We were just talking about this before. It's when it comes to Ukrainian women, guys in Spain and probably most of Europe don't think of Ukrainian women the same way that you American men think of Ukrainian women. In fact, the further you get away from Ukraine, the higher up it seems to be that men think of that, where they put women from Ukraine on whatever higher up the scale, if that makes sense. So men from say Germany are not going, oh wow, Ukrainian women, yes, yes, this is, they're traditional, they're all these things, because we're talking before about how they all go Dutch, right? And how if a Ukrainian woman goes on a date with a German man, he's going to expect her to pay for half, and she's going to be thinking,
It's more like a lifestyle, maybe not necessarily like on a date, because like first of all, I want to say that at the moment the market, I don't like to call it the market, but dating industry is like really, really on a high note. Would you agree with that?
yeah,
And I see that not just with us, because we have a lot of guys who are coming and doing that. We have several guys now in Europe. Semi can confirm he lost his luggage in Poland, and
it sucks. I feel bad for
it's
him.
horrible, but I hope that they will find it in
Yeah,
next few days. But what I'm trying to say is that like our partners, they work with some European agencies, like in Germany and others, and I see results. Like I see a lot of results, and the guys are doing that, but they don't want to meet just off Tinder or anything like that.
mm.
People still understand that if you want to find a quality person, you need to go to the place where the person came like legitimately and came to like with the documents, with the profile, with the discussion, where you can have a third party that can help you, because like helping in a matchmaking process, it's not just to introduce. And
Mm.
me and Stryker know that like probably like not better than anybody else, but we know it well, because
Mm.
like we see situations are from a very different angles. We are there as a third party that is trying to, I would not say protect, but we definitely try to explain every like misunderstanding, and we try to be as much as we can in
Mm.
everybody's relationship. Sometimes it's even getting too much, like we know too much of the details, but we appreciate it that our clients are trust us to share that, and it's very important, because when they share with us, like we see the significant amount of mentality differences, right? Like
Yeah,
significant, even by words, even some word that is like in English, in American English, means like something very, like very simple, very not a big deal. In Russian it can mean like something significantly different, like
yeah,
significantly. And all of that is just because like the way I was learning English, or the ladies were learning English at school, they were learning it one way, and every word has one like one definition. But now like in US, like you can say something, and like the other person, it took two types of people. One person can just laugh of that and
hmm,
not understand, but somebody can judge on that and think like, oh my god, like what is going on, like what is like, why it is so, like
yeah,
such a joke, why you joking like that. So we see that the industry is not dying at all, and the industry is growing. And the ladies who came to Europe, they actually, it's already over, it's almost a year, like in a couple of days, like I'm shocked,
yeah.
in 4 days it would be a year how the war started. And in one case we were just discussing, because I was cleaning the memory of my phone, and I went through all of the videos that we did. Like, if you guys haven't seen and you're wondering, we have our other channel where you can see our journey, how we were getting to Spain, how we get to Spain, why we get to Spain. But anyway, like everything that we went through, and of course, it's like not the worst experience, but this is definitely experience of a lifetime. It's like I can't delete them from my phone, and like people are leaving now. Like they understand that it's not for 1 month, it's not for 2 months, and maybe it will take much longer, and they have to leave now in such circumstance. And so a lot of people start working, they start to live their everyday life, and when they work and live in this refugee center, as Stryker mentioned, right? It's like it just they don't have time for dating. They don't have time to, I mean, not have time for dating, like going
Yeah.
to these random dates. It's much better for them to meet a guy on a Zoom party or just one-on-one date, and then start talking to him and know that she's in a, yes, virtual relationship, but she's waiting for him to come, and when
Mm.
he comes they will move forward. So really, like, nothing changed. Do the ladies have more options? Maybe I would say yes, because of course, if she is like very powerfully like looking and searching in that country, in the agency, of course. But it doesn't mean that, the quality of the women who are doing that, it's
Yeah.
lower. And also it doesn't mean that the lady, just if she moved to Germany, she called the agency like, delete my profile, now I live in
Yeah, that's what
Germany.
we were saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to be in
There's
the
too many
agency.
men here. I can't
I
concentrate.
can't, like, it's
Take
like
me out
too
of the
much.
agency. But we're only talking about a very tiny amount of women that are in the agencies, in comparison to like millions of women that have left. And so it's not like the other women even know about agencies. They're just going about their daily life. And in fact, we had a client that came here last week, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm right as usual. But they were here last week. One of our clients, he was here with his chick, with his lady that he's dating, and she didn't join
Super
the
cold, guys. I'm sorry. I can't.
she didn't join the. I can put the heat on. She didn't join the agency until like 2 months ago, right?
She?
Yeah,
Um
is that right?
yes.
Or am I
She
making
was.
that up?
No.
Yeah, so
Guys, it's a
so she
coach.
jo- so
It's a
she's already
coach
left.
call.
She'd already left Ukraine, obviously, a long time ago. She heard through word of mouth that you can meet a guy through this process that we have, and so she joined it, and now she's in a relationship with one of our clients. So she joined the agency. So it wasn't the other way around. It wasn't people were leaving the agency. But yeah, like as Luba said, it's not like they've gone all of a sudden. Like people are putting too much emphasis and too much weight on the fact as if these women who have left their homes are out there going, I need to find a man. There's so many men. Oh wow, I've got so many options. Like this is not happening. They're just getting on with their life. They're having to learn the language, get a job,
Yeah,
get a
especially in
place to
Germany,
live.
like
There's
guys
way
say,
too many things that are way too important.
oh,
Right?
Germany, Germany, like they are sleeping at these German classes, because German, like, yes, they support, like, the reason that people go to German because they are helping them financially, right?
Yeah.
And but the German also made a very strict rules about everything, and they said, okay, like, if you want to live in this country and get money, you need to go to integrational courses, you need to go to language classes, and so it means that you have to just adjust to the culture, and it won't be forever. So maybe for a little while, and then the rest they will just. He left. It's okay. It will make a sound. No, I'm fine. It's good that I have a blanket. It's a coach call. Couch call.
See, this is what you do, guys. Is like when the chick's cold, you put the heat on.
If you can find the remote.
You can find it. Sorry.
Um, yeah, basically, guys. If you have any question, it would be nice if you ask. Because
I've got something to say in a minute. If I can find
yeah. So we and also, it was mostly we work with the guys from the far west. Is it correct to say, like, we work with the guys um,
the
from
far
US,
west,
far west?
the Midwest.
I don't know. Can we a bit closer?
Careful.
So we work with the guys from US, right? Mostly Canada, New Zealand, Australia, England, London, England, and
Yeah.
very rarely we work with the guys from Europe. And there's no specific reason for that, but and I wish that there would be clients from Europe that would prove me wrong, but like I used to work with the guys from Europe, and in comparison, maybe like it's very genetic, and I don't want you to judge me and say, hey, like you're talking about people bad. I'm not talking bad. I'm just making my observation according to everything that what's happening. And American guys, they more looking for this traditional relationship than guys from Europe. In Europe, they more okay with that. Like they don't have this like huge divorces. I don't know the divorce system here, but they don't have this like splitting halves, or maybe they do. But here, for example, in Spain, nowadays, most of the people they don't get legally married. So there is like another. It's called like pareja. It's like you're not getting married. You are married, but you are not splitting your real
Oh yeah.
estate and stuff if you're breaking up. So Spain, I don't know if it is everywhere, but I know for sure that it is in Spain. So this is what they do because they understand that they want, like, people want to protect their assets,
Yeah.
especially because, like, I understand why. Before, people was getting married when they were 20. Now nobody's getting married when they're 20. Today I was like staying in IKEA in line, and there was a lady. I honestly, like, in Ukraine, she can easily be a grandmother for this like newborn, like, and she was a mother because she was breastfeeding him, unless she was a grandmother who breastfeed. But
There's
anyway,
some weird
like,
stuff that
like
goes on.
here, like here in Spain, I see that people give birth much later. Like no, she was
Yeah.
not definitely 40 plus, like no, maybe like 41, 40, but she was not like in her 30s. Yes, she has a daughter who was like 6 or 7, but the baby was just newborn and she was breastfeeding. So it's very different. And of course, by 40, people have their assets. So that's why they want to protect it somehow. On the West, it's different, and so the guys are looking for this traditional
Yeah, they're
relationship.
seeking for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but here I don't see that much. I don't see. And also another thing is that, for example, again, I'm only speaking of Spain because I'm talking from my friends' experience that I met here, like Ukrainian girls. They say that Spanish guys, for example, they're very straightforward and they say, okay, we should try the bed first and then maybe everything else. So it's not what they're looking for. Like if the girl is looking, if she's in a country as a refugee, honestly, everybody getting their job. Like we have a guy who just met like a couple of ladies. I will not say the number because we will do the interview soon. But anyway, like they all found job. Like one work, she was a fitness trainer before, but now she work as an assistant of chef. Like she just work in the kitchen. Another girl is a masseuse, and the third one is a hairdresser. So they like people find their job because
Yeah.
Ukrainian girls, yes, they can sit on these like refugee payments, but they understand that one day it will be over. And in general, Ukrainian ladies are not lazy. They can't just sit and just do nothing.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So I mean, in terms of like us, last year went nuts. At the end of last year, it just went absolutely crazy
Just because of my Zoom parties.
because of the Zoom parties. Yeah, and this year's been pretty busy too. So in terms of the actual industry, so there's two parts actually when you say the industry, and we try not to be part of one of the other parts, which is the dating in Ukraine industry, which is world famous. We probably would have talked a little bit about that if we were watching the Love Me documentary, which is a lot of like scams. It was the socials. It was just a lot of bullshit that was going on out there. So that inside of Ukraine, of course, it is not. It doesn't exist anymore. Just like pretty much every other business that involves tourism in Ukraine. Of course, that's gone as well. In terms of the letter writing is absolutely gone crazy. If you actually look on the letter writing websites, Luba sent me the link. I think we might have talked about this before, where you used to be able to send the flowers. Now you can send like a power bank or a generator, and so they just adapted to it, And guys are still sending this. They're still making shit tons of money. It's just the way that it is, and it's never going to change. Nothing is going to kill that, right? Unless people wise up, which they might do. Which brings me to my other point, where now technology is moving at such a rapid pace that I think that the technology is going to expose itself, right? And I actually filmed the video yesterday, but I might refilm it, where I actually used open source tools, ChatGPT, Midjourney, and another tool to create a fake profile for a dating website, one of these scam websites. Because you guys know how these websites work, right? You're paying money to an intermediary website at the top, and the money trickles down, and it goes down to a translator or some dude, whatever, chatting to you while your money gets rinsed around, and then they get a bit of it, and some of it goes to the rest. You guys know all this stuff, right? And so the labor that those websites had to do was they had to create a profile, find a woman, take a photo, find someone to start writing when somebody writes to that profile. So yesterday, in a space of about an hour, I created entirely written by AI. I didn't do anything. I just asked ChatGPT to write me a profile of a Ukrainian woman. And it wrote the entire profile, her age, what she did for a job. She liked yoga. She did everything. And I said, can write the rest of it for me, please? It wrote everything for me. Then I took that description and I put it into Midjourney. If you guys don't know what this stuff is, I bet you watch the video. I put it into Midjourney and it drew me a picture of what she actually looked like. And I'll show you what it looks like here. I'll show you what, and her name was Anna. She was a doctor. She was 33 years old. I didn't write any of this. It came up with what it thinks that she should look like. Told me, everything about her. And when I made the video, I put it up on my screen on this side here, and I said, I'm now writing to her. So then I made ChatGPT write me start a conversation as if she was her, and we were discussing our relationship in the future and how we could move forward. And it's real. Like, it's just...
Is it our conversation just in one day?
Yeah, that's what we did. So this is... I don't know if you can see this or not, but this is the photo that it created. Who's a doctor, 33 years old, does yoga, also a yoga instructor as well. So it created, this is what it thinks it would look like. So I created an entirely fake profile and then had a conversation with her about how our relationship should move forward. Now that's the future of their letter writing shit that's out there. And these guys have been talking about this for a long time, and now that technology is here. So I'm hoping that it's so ridiculous that I can do this in an hour, that people out there realize how ridiculous it is, and that you're actually talking to AI. You're not even talking to a real person now. Before, at least you were talking to like a human being. Maybe it was a dude, but at least it was a human being. At least it was that. So anyway, so that's that anyway. So stop doing that shit, okay? Because it's like, when you watch my video, you'll realize how ridiculous the whole thing is when it comes to writing stuff online. Okay. So
But
the other side...
the only reason, like the only way how you actually can do it is like just talk to a real person.
Yeah, well, what? I never understood this letter writing thing anyway. For me, it never made any sense at all. Why you would pay to write... Like, I can understand, like, if you had some service and you actually got somewhere, but guys spend thousands and thousands of dollars with these websites, and I don't know. I just think that there's no hope, and it's one of the reasons why we stepped out of that, right? So we made a video and we said, look, we're stepping out of this Ukrainian dating bullshit or whatever. Other companies still want to sift around it and, try and pick up the pieces and maybe pick up whatever's in there. But we said, no, this is absolutely rubbish. And if somebody is going to continue writing letters, even after we tell them that it's bullshit, could we ever help them? The answer would be no, And I remember I was doing like free calls. I didn't charge anyone. I was just doing them because I just like talking to people and learning. And I saw it firsthand. This was way before Heart Rocket. This is when I started my channel. And I would say, look, it's rubbish, man. Like, I know someone who works in the industry. She's told me all this stuff, man. I'm telling it to you. Don't tell anyone that I told you this stuff. Next thing you know, he's doing it again. And it's like, how can you do it after I just told you it's bullshit?
Today I was watching also a video about this GPT, and there's actually a Ukrainian girl who lives in US. You maybe know them. You know her. This Lengua Marina Mogilko. She's, right? Who I'm talking about. Like,
No.
she also have a channel like.
She's a YouTuber.
She's a YouTuber, yeah, but she has like English YouTube channel, Russian speaking YouTube channel, and anyway, like she's influencer, like she's pretty active. If somebody know who I'm talking about, remind me the name. But Silicon Valley girl, I think that she also has a channel. I will read now the comment. But and she was talking about that, and she say like basically she actually have a conversation with this
Can I read the
ChatGPT.
notes?
I know I will read now.
I can't see.
But
My eyes are too small.
Yeah. And anyway, like she was having a conversation, like a proper conversation where she was writing the question, answering. And so maybe like, I know that it's not that comfortable to talk, but like, I think that all these years, the guy were doing this just because they were very, very lonely. Like, because with all the information out there saying that these girls are not real, that you're not talking to that particular girl, that the website doesn't have a platform for the girls to to enter and actually talk. Like, you can't still do that. Like, you can only do it like if you really have nobody else to speak with.
I think that it's, it's like online gambling. And that's how I've always kind of thought of it. If I was to do online gambling, like I've been to casinos, and when you gamble in casinos, it's a lot of fun. And when you win and the lights go off and all that, you get this dopamine hit. I think that that's what it is. It's that, like, if your life is that lonely, and I'm not saying that, and I'm not
In a
making
bad way,
in a
yeah.
bad way, I'm not making fun or anything like that. There are some men out there that are incredibly lonely, and with just a little bit of help in the right direction, people that actually care about them, their lives probably wouldn't be so lonely. But they get this dopamine fix from receiving this email or from receiving this photo from someone that they want to believe is real, that they possibly could marry or have a relationship with in the future. That's the addictive part about it. And these companies that do this, they fully understand that. They fully get that, and so they play into that, which is, I don't know. I just think it's just such an evil business when it comes to the letter writing.
Here, the I can't read his name, but Knox will Dave here.
Let me see.
Men are writing because they are just longing for some sort of connection with a woman.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. And that may be, and I'm sure if you met the guys that are doing that, they could definitely improve their lives very easy with some very simple steps. Even on this documentary, the guy that's getting scammed, it's like he gets scammed, and then when they go back to him again, he's getting scammed again. He's put on probably another 20 kilos, right? No, and I'm saying that in a way, it's like this man is not improving his life. He's sitting there, he's playing video games or something, but he's like 45, 50 years old playing video games. But he should, like, there are things that you can do. You can actively go and improve your life, or you can get sucked into this vortex of these dopamine fixes of just writing these letters and just getting that little bit each day when you do it. But it's just so much money, and it goes nowhere. And we stepped away from it because if somebody that we talk to, say on a coaching call, we tell it to them, and many of them do, right? Like, in fact, I can't. Yeah, well, many of them do. They'll say, I understand it's BS, but and I understand I found you guys, and I'm not going to go back there again. And then they'll sign up. Maybe either then or maybe in the future. But sometimes, like, you hear from people who, you hear back from people who then again went straight back into it. And the reason that we don't do videos about scamming and exposing the scamming world is because it attracts those people to us, and it's a lot of negative energy, unfortunately, when it comes to guys that keep going back into this wheel of letter writing. They're sad, they're upset, they need help, but we don't have the qualifications and the skills to make somebody get out of that hole in that sense. And that's why we don't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Another comment here. Is Hard Target executively representing Ukrainian chicks, ladies, or the other?
chicks,
I don't
yeah,
like
the
it.
chicks.
Or
The chicks don't like it when we call them chicks.
no, we don't. Or other Eastern countries as well. I assume that Ukraine is what you most experienced with. I can answer this question like that. So I was in a good connection with the agency in Belarus, and I went there twice or three times with the clients on tours, and actually would be great, and we would keep working with them if not the situation. So because like Belarus at that point, and now even worse, it was much more difficult for the ladies to travel, even like so when in Ukraine they start having these biometrical passports, and they uh, and so you can travel to Europe with no problems. Like in Belarus, you still need to apply for the documents for everything, and this and this and this, and so it is like very complicated. And I was thinking, like, the ladies are pretty much similar. Like, why should we overcomplicate? Like, everything is difficult anyway, right? Like, why should we overcomplicate for our guys? And with the situation now, we are not working with them at all. But I'm sure that one day we will all get back to each other, and everything will be good. According to other ladies, at the moment we get I don't, to be honest, I don't know why, this I can't explain, but we get requests from some ladies that finding us or our partners that are living in Western countries for some time. Recently we got a request, it's actually our translator friend, our yes, our wing woman's friend. She lived in Germany for 5 years. So she's Ukrainian lady, but like living in Germany, working and stuff. Another lady that was like having a call with our guy, she's living in a Czech Republic for 3 years. So she moved way before the war. Then we have a lady who registered recently from Canada. And so we're not specifically like looking for girls, like this is a task of our, like if the ladies are got recommended by somebody, or for example one of our couples, like the lady met there another woman and she gave her my contact. So yes, we start, and the lady is already living also in US for like we actually have like about 10, I think 10, 12 ladies that are in US who moved there because of the war, or who was living there even before. So the database of ladies who are not originally Ukrainian is not big, and like we don't have any Spanish girls or German girls. Like,
What would happen if we did? What if we did meet some German German woman, and they said, "Hey, I want to have a go. Can I be in the database?" What would we say? It's never happened, but what would we say? Would we allow them to come in?
I definitely would speak with them and see what are their goals, because and what made them come to the agency, and what are their views, because like I'm not thinking necessarily that all the Western ladies are bad, or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they all like something wrong with them. So if
So
I
we'd have to say to them, like, the guys that are coming over to us, they're like, they really want to have these traditional relationships.
and maybe some
And
ladies
they'll pay for everything that you want, and they'll sign up. So who knows? I guarantee you at some point in time, probably this year, it will happen. There will be some woman that'll say, can you help me?
and by the way, just once, like UK also, like a lot of ladies reach out to us from UK, and somebody moved there now. Somebody was already living there.
Ukrainian woman.
UK,
You,
Ukrainian, yes, like they all still Ukrainian. Like we don't have any request. I think once we have, but we didn't even respond to her. She was like an American lady who reached out to us. That was very
yeah,
strange.
but I was just saying that, like, it will happen at some time. Like, at some point, we'll be speaking to someone, say, oh, my sister is looking for, can you help her? And we'll say, and she's from Spain. But the guys that come to us, they're not looking for, they're specifically looking for Ukrainian women. I couldn't imagine we say, hey, we've got, I know you want Ukrainian woman, but, we've got this Spanish woman. It's like, you look shopping for a car, and it's like, we've got these Camaros over here, but we've also got this, you know, Ford Falcon over here. He's going to say, no, I don't want the Ford Falcon. So, yeah, I just think that our market, our niche or whatever is what we know best. People have asked us before also, like, would you go into Thailand market or Colombian market? And the reason, and I say the same reason, is that we don't understand the culture there. So I know that other companies do go into there, right? And they just do it because it's like, hey, it's another market. Why not open it up? We'll find some women over there who can recruit the ladies, and then we can, we can hold a social, have a party, charge money. Guys will come over, and hey, maybe something happens. But I mean, sure, I'm pretty certain we could figure that out. But that's not, for us. It's not interesting to do that. Just to have parties or to put it in the hands of somebody else. Even though we do use, we have got our partners that we use, we never send them to the partners. Luba looks after every single client, and me as well. So they never have to, because when our clients come to us, they trust us exclusively to give them the best advice and to help guide them. I could never imagine saying to them, okay, thanks for your money. Now you go over there and
It was the beginning of Hard Rocket. The beginning of Hard Rocket was actually course and resources, because we was like
yeah,
about
no matchmaking.
no, it was not matchmaking. So it was about ERS. It was education resource. What education?
This sounds like some sort of like bowel
Education
syndrome.
education resource and support. And this was the beginning. This was the beginning of Hard Rocket. When we started, we wrote a course, and we thought, okay, so we only want to write a course. A second.
And we will put them
So
into.
here,
We'll put the
that's where we
guys.
start.
We'll put the guys into contacts with people that we trust. So there was
Yeah,
no support.
yeah, and we thought that it would be good, but then even with that, like I just realized that we are like there's like our partners are great, and they doing a perfect job with the ladies, but sometimes it's more difficult for them to communicate with the guys, and actually like they don't think that they need so much attention, but I do think so, because sometimes what I see, like some kind of like not mistakes, I don't like to call them as a mistakes that guys are doing, but some mistakes that they're doing, they're like a little bit crucial. It's very difficult like to revert, like to come back from that point, but
Yeah.
so we try to prevent it. Like we ask our clients every time, like, and it's maybe it's a little bit like too much, but we say please message us every day, message us every like morning and evening, like what's happening. It's like it's not because you don't know what to
When
do
they're here, not
when
just
they're here,
not when
yeah.
they're just at home
Yeah,
and they get up. I just made a coffee and I'm going into work.
yeah, but it's actually because you want to we want to know what is happening, we want to support you, and that is why our service is not just matchmaking, it's not just arrange a call when I start the call and then I say goodbye. So basically what happened is that like it was combination of two things. First, like this guy came to our life and I said like I need to match him and I want to go on a tour with him. And the second one is that we realized that we can't it's not that we can't trust the agencies, we need to make sure that we oversee everything, especially with our experience. So, and
One thing I'll say here is that these other companies, these romance tour companies, and those like they have like 20 guys and a bunch of women sitting around it's like three women and you sit at the table and you go around, and they put through like, I don't know, 20, 25 guys over a weekend every few months. You guys know these companies, right? If they could provide the level of support that Luba and I do with all of our clients, they would have had so many marriages. That's what I honestly believe, because we joke about this sort of between ourselves, but it's 100% true. Is that if we didn't step in at, at any particular point or some particular point, all of our couples, the ones that are married, long-term relationships, would have broken up at some point, because the stuff that that causes where there's an incident in the relationship is always a misunderstanding. It's always an overreaction. It's always that I thought she meant that, and she doesn't understand that he's saying this. Different cultures, different languages. And
Even today, the situation when she missed one word and the guy just like,
yeah, and I've also had the exact same thing. Well, not the exact same thing, but something similar as well. But this is what happens, and then the guy goes, "Oh, you know what? To hell with you." And she says, "Oh, he's not the man that I thought he was." Blah blah blah. If those romance tour companies had legitimate support
Support.
afterwards, not just some young girl who was a translator who worked down at the shop, the clothing shop, she took a week off to, because she gets paid 3 times as much than she does working for a month. Blah blah blah. If they actually had legitimate coaches that were really, really helping them, that got to know them, and really got to know them, because we get to know our clients on a level where we understand their past, so we can go, okay, we understand what happened in his past. We've got to make sure that he doesn't fuck up anything going forward because of his past. So we're always watching out for all of those things as well. So, and this is why we have such good success with our clients. So I forget where we're going with that. I don't know.
I want to say about coaching. I want to stop here because somebody asked about this right now. I want to say that at the moment, I would not say equally, but we do have kind of, I would not say equally, but we have probably 30% of our clients that are either both like coaching and matchmaking or just coaching. So we came to this idea actually because of we were thinking about that for quite a bit. And then one of the guys who is now our client and successfully dating a lady, he asked, can we not just support him, but can we actually coach him, because he has some problems with the ladies before. And so it was exactly what we were thinking. So, but we just didn't know how to get into that, right? Like we didn't know like how to, like we have all these advices and everything.
But we're busy and useless and lazy. In here. No, we're just like, until it comes to the top of until it becomes an emergency and it's at the top of the pile, that's when we address it. And it was the right time when that happened.
Yeah, it happened in the perfect time. And then after that, like it just like one and another and another and another. So we just do this coaching for them because, for example, one of the guys that we're doing the coaching with, it's the guy who actually moved here to Valencia. He's from United States, and he got difficulties with dating girls here, and not difficulties in finding a girl. Is like difficulties in understanding, because he is too westernized. He have never ever been in any sort of relationship with a Ukrainian girl. He heard about that. He's seen some videos. He is very, very attracted, but something is missing. And then like it just accidentally happened that through the friends, they told what I'm doing. And so he called us and now he become a client for the coaching. But the interesting part about that is that it's not that he is like stupid. It's not that he is like yes, he been married and so he didn't date for a long time. So usually who is coaching good for, right, is people who either didn't like doesn't have a big dating experience or been married for a long time and also doesn't know what is going on now on the market. But the bottom line is that it just happened that I saw him talking to one girl and he didn't know that I was there. And so I just realized that, the girl was very flirting and very like, she was interested. She was talking about I just saw that. And then I said, like, you was not attracted to her? He said, oh, she's a very pretty girl. I didn't know she's flirting. And I said, what do you mean you doesn't know? Like, it was so obvious. He said, I was kind of like worried. And he just came back then to here. He said, like, I was just worried to say anything to her because like in US, like anything that you say to the woman, it's like sexual harassment. And I'm like, what? I said, like, you must compliment Ukrainian ladies. Like they adore that. They absolutely, they're looking for that. They're looking for that, like, proof or like, not proof, but.
The West is a mess.
And I was like, sexual harassment, if you say, girl, that she has like nice hair or she has like a nice body or anything. Like.
That's just stupid feminist BS.
Because
That's
like
just
I didn't believe in that until like one thing happened with one of our clients' friend. He was working for the Walmart. Maybe he's watching now, but he told me the story that one guy was working for the Walmart for 15 years. 15 years of a great job, of everything is like very, very, like everything was good. And he came to the station to load the car, and the lady there said like, oh, I'm sorry, like I didn't have enough time, so you need to wait in line like until I will load your car. And he responded to her like, it's okay, take your time, I enjoy the view. So I guess that he was saying that to her, and she filed like that it was a harassment, and he got fired. Like when I was like, if this was not our client and our friend, stryker, something happening. Is it too hot? It is working. Guys, can you see us? Sorry, we got lost. Oh, please tell that you can see.
what happened?
Anybody home,
Is
please?
it working?
I don't know. Yes, but nobody. Okay. Yeah, but anyway, so he got fired because he told her that like he enjoyed the view, and I can't believe in that because all Ukrainian ladies like they're just like if the guy is complimented, just nice. So don't worry about that. So basically, the coaching part is important for the situation like that because maybe that would be a match that evening, but he just didn't know how to act with her. So thank you guys. Thank you that you're
Why would
active.
men want to actually stay and date Western women? Like you have a risk of losing your job if you work somewhere for even like for even making a comment. Even if it was a nice comment, you said, "Oh, I like your dress." She can go file a I don't know, disgrievance, whatever, and you lose your job. So you're best to keep your mouth shut and not meet any woman, just in case that woman complains some way and it ruins your life and you have some criminal record. Why would you even why would you even waste your time with this garbage? It's
I don't know.
utter total garbage. It's rubbish.
But the guy is saying here is like it's really good point here because girls do not flirt in the West. Every time when I hear that, for me it's so. When I come to US, like I just like usually either talking to our clients who are men, or I'm talking to the couples that are Ukrainian lady and a Western man, and I never actually. It was like just several times, like few times, really like few times when I was in touch with the Western women, and I do admit that I saw something like that, like where they just talk bad about guys. They're like too feminine, like they just like kind of
The woman is speaking bad.
yeah, like the
Yeah.
women there. And one time I went to the cooking class even, and there was one guy who came, and there was kind of like it was a very
A
strange
cooking
dynamic.
class in the United States.
Yes,
With a woman like, I'm not cooking anything.
no, it actually was macaroons. And I was at the end. I was cooking. I was teaching them how to do what I was thinking. But anyway, so yes, what I was going to say, many guys have a different time picking up on the flirting signals. For women, subtle sign are easy missed.
But can I just say here, like, it is so difficult. I couldn't imagine, but like, even being, say, like a 50-year-old man who has gone through divorce, being a young man who is now, say, 30 years old, navigating dating in the Western world. I couldn't do it. I think back to when, we were young, and I was like 25 years ago, when you were going to clubs and you were, having that kind of a lifestyle. But so much has changed even from that. And I still consider myself not that old. I don't consider myself that young either, but I don't consider myself that old. But to go back into that now and to try and understand what it's like to date now with like, even with things like dating apps, Tinder and all this sort of stuff, but also all this other rules that are there. Like this guy getting fired from his job because he made like a funny compliment. He enjoys the view. Okay, he enjoys the view. Okay, now he loses his job and he's got no money. Like, can you? I couldn't even imagine that. I'd just keep my mouth shut.
It's what they do, I think.
Yeah.
But
And
then,
so,
but then when they actually meet the lady, they can't do anything because they don't know if it is appropriate or no. That's why, like this, this even not a matchmaking, but at least like the coaching, when the person can at least understand what is normal, what is not. Like it's so much
Well,
helping.
yes, but the coach, like even if we gave our coaching to any of our guys and they took it and they put it in the West, they're
No, it's
still
not
at the
for.
same risk
Yeah,
of
yeah,
this
of
thing. And it's
course.
like, where do they have that? Where is the conversation? Where are you supposed to have that conversation with a woman where it's okay to discuss if you're going to have sex or the relationship is going to progress further? Like, where do you do that? It's like, so if you were in an intimate, and maybe it's a one night stand, like I don't think there's anything, too crazy about that. You say, hang on a second, I need you to sign this piece of paper that says that, you're all good. We went out for some drinks. You're interested in me. Maybe something will go a little bit further. We may have sex. Sign here, put your name. I'll take a photo, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's now what you have to do. Otherwise, she could the next day go to the police. She could say that, I was drunk. Not even that. She regrets it, ruins the man. And this happens all the time in the West. This is shocking. Some of these stories that I'm hearing now.
I can't believe in them. Like every time like that's why I said like my interaction was not that big. Like I really don't have a big experience with a Western woman. But like the reason like I can't believe in that. Like I don't know what can be more beautiful than the relationship between man and a woman when the man is actually taking care of you. And it's not just about financial part that some guys may think again, but it's like the beauty of like being taking or like care that you like somebody can like put the light bulb, that can invite you
Mm.
to the restaurant, they open the door for you. I don't know, I literally don't know, like I don't know what can in my mind, like what can change to not like it, like to think differently
Yeah.
that no, I should do it myself, or like when
Well,
the tire like or something. I actually like just quickly will say I have a friend here, she's from Germany, but she would like been traveling a lot and she divorced for a long time with her husband, and she say like, Luba, to be honest, like she said, I can do anything myself, like I can change the tires, I can do this and this, but she said like it would be just, she said, I don't want men just for this, like just for like doing my chores, but it would be nice, and she said like I don't understand why all of my friends, they think that it is better to do it themselves. She say I'm so tired of that, I want to go dance my flamenco and buy new dress. Like she said, I don't want, because she has like when she traveled from Germany to Dania, your favorite, like she drive a big van and she has like 3 cats there, her daughter and everything, and she say like why somebody would not enjoy that. I don't
well, I
understand it.
can I can answer that question. I think it's that because of social pressure and where the value of a woman comes from. So if you went somewhere and for the next 10 years, all the women around you were saying that you're nothing if you're letting a man do stuff for you. If you want to be someone, you need to do that stuff yourself. You don't need a man to change your tire. You learn to do that yourself. And eventually, over time, like death by 1,000 paper cuts, you will start to believe that if a man does something for you, it means you're weak, right? That's what it is.
That you're not capable of
You're
it.
not capable of it. You're dumb. You're stupid. You're weak. And all these women are saying that, and if you let a man do something for you, these women will say, "Huh, how dare you? Like, what's wrong with you? How dare you let a man?" It's just social conditioning. This is what happens, and this is what's happened in the West for probably the last 20, 30, 40
But do
years.
you think it's because like it's more difficult to get job for the women, or because like in Ukraine, honestly,
No,
I don't
it's
know
easier
how it is.
for them to
I
get
don't
jobs
know
now.
how like on a very high levels, but I've been working in different industries. Like I've been working in travel industry, like in parallel with dating for 8 years. I've been working in a government structure. I've been working in a construction, and I never felt any pressure of like, oh, you woman, sit down and shut up. Like in the travel, like was working in 3 different travel agencies, and all of them were run by women. Like in a construction company there was a man, but there was like the also in a high position architectures, it was women that he was listening and he was like appreciating, her advices and stuff. And so I never like I never met, maybe on the West it's different, maybe.
Talking to
Maybe I'm talking to you, but maybe okay, I will also cut, but wait, but maybe like condition is really like that, maybe they can't achieve it, and that's why they try to push harder and say like, oh, you're weak if you accept the help.
But the more raw a country is, right, the more that they need a man, right? The more Western and developed the country is, the less that they need a man. That's just the way that it is.
But again, like even if the lady is, of course, if the lady is like working and she making a lot of money, she can always hire somebody who can change her tires, or like come and maintain her apartment and herself as well.
Yeah,
But still like, but still she.
yeah, but that's because there's no social conditioning. She's like one of the very few women that have made it to the top, and she's making, I don't know,
But
$10,000 a
even
month.
she wants, like, we know one that,
That's what I'm saying is because she doesn't have anyone around her saying like, you don't need a man, you don't need a man. Yes, she made it to the top. She was ambitious and she got to the top and she makes a lot of money. She has a nice car, nice house. She did all of that stuff, but nobody was telling her you have to do that because if you don't, there's something wrong with you. She just went and did it. But no, like there's nobody around her saying, "You go, girl. You don't need a man." Nobody is saying that.
yeah,
And,
let me
and,
read
and
some
that's the
comments.
problem. It's the social conditioning that brainwashes women, and it comes from feminists. And no men are interested in feminists, and they know that. So they use these hotter women or slightly hotter women to push the message across. And so that's why, unfortunately, attractive women become what they believe to be feminists, but they're not feminists at all. They just try to be self-empowered,
But also,
blah
like,
blah blah, all
but
that
here,
sort of
like, the
stuff.
guy saying about their grandparents, and that is also another thing. When I hear, like, our clients are pretty often they refer to their grandparents when they say, oh, like, they had a
Yeah,
business. My grandmother, she has like 7 children, and like it seems that it just like one generation and everything flipped like so bad. Because when they talk about their parents, most likely they're divorced and like it's really bad, and the guy was never seeing his mom, and like you know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
But grandparents was like very good. It was just very good. So how it jumped into that like so fast?
This
It's
is the
just
this is the this is the wave of feminism. Like, there's nothing wrong with a woman wanting to have ambition, start a business, whatever it is, something she's passionate about. Maybe it's shoes. Who cares? She starts making shoes. She builds a business. It's worth millions and millions of dollars. Unless she has that social conditioning that's around her that is saying that you do not need a man, and if you do have a man, it makes you weaker. Unless she has that around her, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. It's only when she's been pushed the narrative that she must, I don't know, excel in business, gets a bunch of degrees, get to the top, and she thinks that, and when they get there, they always realize that they fucked it up anyway, because no man wants a woman who's at the top anyway, especially if she's that way, if she's that way inclined and she's been brainwashed by these other feminists as well. But if a woman does get to the top and she really is just wants a man and she just was passionate about something to get up there, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But it's the fact that everyone around her may be saying, you don't need a man, focus on your career. It's going to be much more satisfying than having a family and all this stuff, which eventually they all find out that it's not. And now they grow old with some cats
actually one guy messaged
in a
about the
dark
but
apartment.
Ralph is asking, would you recommend a younger guy, 27? I can only accept 28, and only one person here would understand this joke. But
Can you read that out?
yes, he said, would you recommend a younger guy, 27, to get into a traditional relationship? I have a top income in my country, but being a full
What's your
provider,
country?
yeah, country, I don't know. Ralph,
What's your
can you please
country?
tell the country? Being a full provider now will hinder other investments for a better future together.
Look, just
We should talk to you.
relax.
Like, we don't.
Well, no, this is what I think. Like, what this is like in his country. I reckon it's like Dubai
Germany.
or Germany.
Germany.
Yeah,
Germany, it's easy. Like, I can introduce you like to so many ladies. Like,
yeah,
honestly, like it's like you're there. You're already here.
yeah,
But again, it depends on your views. It depends what you want. It depends. Like, we do have a client at the moment, who is also 27, and yes, we accept him because when we spoke with him, we realized that yes, he is serious. He's looking for a relationship. He's ready for that. He's also financially stable, and so of course, why not to help such person? But sometimes we got calls like before where it was like kids. It was like, and stryker was like, hey son, like it was we felt that they're not ready. So
yeah.
do
It's
you
like get to
like,
the nightclub,
yeah,
my friend.
yeah, but the
Go hook
like,
up with some
but would you recommend
bitches.
to get into a traditional relationship? We don't know your story. We don't know, like, so it's the best way just to talk to us.
Yeah, just talk to us.
Yeah, like there's like we do the coaching calls. I don't know. It seems that you're new to us. I never saw your name before. Sorry. Subscribe to our Telegram channel, where you can actually, guys, if you don't know, you can directly message us, me or
Yeah,
Stryker, and it doesn't cost you anything. And the best way is to book a strategy call, and where we just discussing everything like for you, according to your situation. Because to give a generic generic advice, it doesn't really help, because we can say
yeah.
no, for 27 it's bad, or for 27 it's very good. So we don't, like, it's not our, maybe for you it's better just to get the coaching and just understand, okay, how to do it, and then you and your body can meet Ukrainian lady and understand them better. Because
Mm.
like what I hear about the German guys, and again, don't get me wrong, maybe it's not about you, like they don't know how, like, it's, I hear that from one of our girls who live there, and she go in there because she really want to find men, and she actually want to stay in Germany. But she say that the guys don't really know how to take care of the woman. They don't know how to bring the flowers, how to surprise her, what to do for her, or like anything, any traditional traits that she met. Maybe you're different, like, right? So
Mm.
why not to do it?
Yeah, the other thing too is that I feel as though we spoke about this recently. Maybe it was on a video we did, but like a lot of guys want to have this traditional relationship, but you have to be in that mindset to do that, right? It's not
Yes.
enough to go, I want it. And what you're saying is like, oh, I want it from her, but I'll just, do what I know best. But what you know is what you've taken from the West. And one of the things that I see, and I also had it in me as well, is that you think something because you learnt it from the West, right? So you thought this is the right thing to do. This is the right way to behave based on Western traditions, right? Western mentality. But it's wrong. And you do a little bit of it when you're in the West. You think, you know what I'll do? I know that this is right, this little bit that I do. I'll take it with me when I go date a Ukrainian woman. But I'm going to do it 10 times more. But it's wrong. But you're doing the wrong thing 10 times more. And we see this all the time. And it's like, yeah, I understand that was, you thought that was right in the West. It actually wasn't even right in the West for the most part. But then you take it to Ukraine and it's just looked at. The women there don't understand it. Women don't understand Western men, right? So we're trying to understand them because we're the man, right? No, like she doesn't have to understand. If she's with you, she'll start to figure things out and she'll understand, your quirks and the way you do things and all that. And she will. That's just the way it is. Probably the same way Luba probably understood about me when I came from the West. But you need to understand her. And when things go wrong, chances are it's because you didn't get it properly. I had a conversation just before this video actually with one of our clients about, he's went through the red pill, and I was saying like a lot of that stuff, like these red pill guys that are talking about international relationships with Filipino women, Ukrainian women, Russian women, whatever, they're just saying stuff, and I'm sitting there going like, you guys have such huge channels, and you're saying absolute such shit about other cultures. Why not interview some people who may know some stuff about them? And that's the worst thing. It's like you give it, and then so these, other people hear that, and they're like, oh, I've heard X, Y, Z from this YouTuber about, Ukrainian women. And it's like, that's not true at all. Like one of them was that, as soon as you bring a Ukrainian woman to your country, she's going to bring the rest of her family. Well, that's never happened before. To take a Ukrainian woman away from her.
You didn't put it to charge, like the second battery that is on the floor. No, nothing is charging.
This shouldn't need to charge. It's being charged up at the moment. Like it's being charged as we're talking. But that one's not going to work. It doesn't charge up. I think it's overheating.
It works.
Yes, the battery's full. I think it's overheating. Yeah, I think it's overheating. Sorry guys, my camera is overheating. Nothing I can do about that.
Oh, thank you. Like some guys already book a call with us. We didn't instance. I feel bad now.
Book the calls. We want to see.
the-
There's 30 people in here. We want to see 30 calls this week. No, I'm just joking.
We got two now.
We can't do that. It's hard enough as it is.
Yeah, but if you want to talk to us, like it is, it's not. It's like it costs you like little amount of money that will save you a lot of your time and time to figure it out, like to try to find out it yourself, basically.
Like the amount of messages that I've had, or Luba's had, or we've both had. Like one comes into my mind recently that this guy just kept messaging us, and he was like capital letters, Luba, help me, I need your help. Remember this one?
Yeah.
And then he would like, please, I need your help. It's the end of the world type stuff. And I was like, okay, what's happening? Oh, my girl, she's stuck there. She can't get out of Ukraine. She's in big trouble. She doesn't know how to get out. It's like, clearly it's like probably a scam. And I said, look, we don't really know. Like if anyone wants to leave Ukraine, they can leave Ukraine. We can help you get her out of Ukraine. We can also help you understand like what's actually going on, or if it's, like a scam or something. Radio silence. Okay, maybe he figured it out. 2 weeks later, Luba, help me, capital letters, 5 exclamation points, please. She doesn't have much time. And so I emailed back and I said, look, dude, we've given you this is like the third one. It's like, look, just book a call. It's $100. We can learn everything about what's going on and help you. And then he
Yeah,
emails
because
me,
we
then
can't
he
guess.
messages me back and he says, no, I don't think you understand. I'm not interested in meeting your ladies. It turns out that you don't understand what I'm talking about. And I messaged him back. I said, okay, maybe you can message me some more information about that if you really are worried about her. But if it's you need to know more information, you're gonna have to book a call. So he messages me all these questions that I'm supposed to answer, like which way to get out, when to go from Malta. I said, look, dude, please just book a call, man. I can save you so much time and money. Did he book a call? No.
But it's okay. You know,
So
we
he
we
obviously
can
didn't care
only.
that much about this woman.
I was remember how I was like stressed about that because
Yeah, I
first of all,
wasn't.
like huh?
I said I wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't I. I was always stressed. But when the situation in Ukraine happened, we helped a lot of people. They were chatting. They were writing that my
Yeah.
lady is there. Can you help? Like we were sending them phone numbers, buses, like people who are driving safe because girls were scared to leave the country with some random buses. It was like super scary, and I understand everything. But I remember one situation when I was literally helping him, like, I don't know, maybe about 20, 25 messages when I realized that this girl is a scammer and she literally doesn't want to move. Like, she doesn't want to leave. Like, she doesn't want because it's convenient. Like, probably all the guys sending her money or whatever. And he got mad at me. He got mad at me that, like, how dare am I to say that? But I was like, I was confident because everything that he was saying, it means that, she was not serious in him and leaving and everything. So basically, that's it. Okay, guys, it's been an hour. I don't know. Do you want to talk about anything else or it's enough for now? Because like our view is that we are working and the guys are coming. They're coming to Europe. It's much easier even than, in Ukraine because the guys can rent a car. The guys can speak like, most of the countries they do speak I think better English than in Ukraine. You can get ready by Google, by everything. There's so many different resources where you can actually, um, you know, um, you can find out what to do, and basically that is like what is happening right now. Also, about my upcoming trip to US. If you don't know yet, I'm planning to come, and I'm actually coming to one event, and also I'm coming to wedding of one of our couples that I'm very excited about, and we're planning to have a meetup in San Antonio at the beginning of April. So if you're interested in that, you also can email us, and I will be happy to see you there. And also subscribe to our Telegram, please. It will be easier for me. And also on Telegram, I have one rule that I really ask is to have your real name, at least name, and a photo. Like not cat, not like some meme or gif. Like it's important to. I want you to have a real one because we open there, we post things from our life, and we want like this community to be very trustworthy. Can't you talk? Mm,
I was just
just 1 second, I'm reading. Oh, no, Knox, Knoxville, Dave here. It's our David. David, as always, very
Knoxville.
Knoxville, Dave here. As always, like very mysterious name, but it's happy. You see, like, and one of our other client is a friend of the client who's getting married, and we're gonna meet all there. So, can you all talk about the future of your matchmaking? I came late. Um,
Actually, yeah, I was just thinking just then, what was this video about in the first place?
good that you.
But one thing that when it comes to the market, well, I guess our market, which is it's not letter writing and all that sort of scammy stuff. Like it's legitimate matchmaking, with support and help and coaching and everything that goes along with it. I can't see it ending like that. But we don't know. So maybe next year it just kind of slowly dies. Maybe it just sort of fizzles out over a couple of years or something like that. And we're open to that. Like we're realistic. We don't know. I do know this though, when it comes to actual matchmaking around the world, and we're in some groups now or some circles, And the amount of money people are paying for matchmakers in the West, so men paying, not just men, but women as well, men paying for matchmaking like $50,000. What was the minimum? They were saying they're paying between
25 to 50.
25. So one circle who manages a whole bunch of matchmakers, 25 to $50,000, and it's for 2 months. Was
No,
it
it was like 2 dates a month.
2 dates a
Or for
month?
how long? I don't remember.
It's insane. It's like when we saw that, we were like, "What is going?"
Don't lie. We say like, why we charge them so small?
Yeah, but this is what guys, and we say that like if those guys knew about us that they could have a Ukrainian woman, we would get their business hands down. There's no two ways about it. Like who are they going to choose? And many of them say like in these groups, that like that this client he's looking for, he doesn't care about what location, so they look at 200 miles away up north in America somewhere, Dakota.
Can
or
you
something.
read this last comment? I don't understand it.
But yeah, but this is how much they're paying in the West. So matchmaking as a whole is not dying. So we would have to say that matchmaking in Ukraine, is that going to die? Well, Ukrainian women are just women. It's just a preference, right? So if there's two sides of a market that's still there, then the market stays up, right? It's only when one side of the market collapses, and we know it's not the guys, because guys are always going to want hot, young, beautiful women that have at least some sense of a traditional way when it comes to a relationship. The only way that it would fall off is if all Ukrainian women said, "I'm no longer interested in meeting men from majority of from America." So and would that happen? Maybe over several years. But if ladies are getting married, there's going to be the flow-on effect, like our client had last week, where a lady said, "Hey, hook me up as well," and then she got into the agency, and now she's with our client. So it's the flow-on effect. But we don't know how that's all going to link together. So maybe in 2 or 3 years, there is no dating in Ukraine. And the sign here will be on eBay.
No. No.
Your phones. We're going to sell them as 2 parts, heart and rocket.
No. No, you have like, guys, have you noticed? They can't notice. I want to say.
What?
About your shirt.
What?
They can't see.
Oh, it's not important.
It's important. Like, he made a logo on his shirt. Like, he has 5 new shirts with a logo. Are you a fan of this company? Tell me. Are you a fan?
They were buy one, get 4 free.
I want to... I got me distracted.
Okay, what are we doing?
I forgot. 1 second.
Okay, what am I reading here?
You're reading this...
Knoxville, Dave here.
No, before. I wanted to...
Rams...
with one of the agencies...
Oh, yeah.
With one of the agencies that we work with, we share, like, she is crazy about Excel, like Stryker, like all the databases and like all the Excels and stuff. So we share the same, like on Google Drive, all of her database. Like I have all the information, letters from the girls. The girls are writing letters. It sounds...
Right. Did they use ChatGPT?
Yes. No. It's like it's funny how she do it. She asked them to write it handwriting, and take a photo of that or scan. Now it's a bit different, like, but when they were coming to the office, they was actually writing it handwriting. So she was analyzing them by handwriting as well. But anyway, and so the lady is writing, and from that she extract and make a profile. I'm working on that, like to make the profiles a little bit more informative, because like I know that you guys sometimes bored of this. I'm just looking for a kind, caring man. But if this is basically what
I do yoga.
You do yoga.
I like reading.
And
I do poetry.
No,
read poetry. No, I'm.
But anyway, I want to say that I recently opened that, and there was she have a flow like where the ladies, so I can see like where each lady is, and the second column was like how many girls are leaving each month and how many girls are registering. So about 2-3 girls are leaving the agency every month. I mean, this particular one, so I'm talking just about one. So 2-3 girls are leaving, and it means that, for different reasons. Somebody met a guy, somebody just don't want to date during the war or something, and about 4-5 registering. So there's more girls who are registering than are leaving. Give me, please, my phone. So that is just a statistic for you to understand that, and it's not like, I really, really, really want to stress on that it's not because they're struggling and they're refugees and they're living like a horrible life and now they're looking for somebody who will pay their bills. Honestly, we see that the girls reject the guys if they don't like it. We have many guys who, like, not many guys.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Nothing. Like, honestly, we even thought that it would be like that. But I recently sent a picture of one German guy to one of our clients, and I thought that she would agree. She said, "No, like I don't like how like even look." I mean, I'm not saying that it is good or bad, and I try to like I'm. We never try to push them. You have to speak with him. Like it's like mutual. It should be mutual. That's why the Zoom parties are the best on this, because like people have chance to meet
Mm.
even with the people that they would never choose. But we see that it is working, and they're happy.
I'll just add here, I read a lot of these comments on our channel and on other channels as well. And I want you guys to understand why you would want to date a Ukrainian woman, right? Because how do I sort of put this? You want to date a Ukrainian woman because she already has this mindset that you relate well with, right? It's part of you, and that's what you seek out, and you can't find it in the West. You don't, you're not, well, maybe you are, but if you are, it's not something that we subscribe to. But if you're dating a Ukrainian woman because you think she's desperate and you've got a better chance of getting a woman that's attracted to you, this is the wrong way to do it, right? Because if you're not, if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, you will have bad results, right? So understand why you are doing it. You shouldn't be doing it because it's like, okay, no woman wants me in the West. Maybe I can find a woman that wants me here. Okay. So you shouldn't have this. And I need to find her. Sorry, I should continue that. And I need to find her. And the reason I can do it is because it's war torn. She's desperate. She's got no options. And, I'll look like a pretty good option. This is the wrong way to think about it. And I know that guys do think that because I read these comments, and there was even I don't know if we've read this comment before, but, are they desperate? How desperate are they getting? Or the opposite of that is, well, they're not desperate anymore because now they're in Western Europe, and there's plenty of guys there, so I don't have a chance. Okay, well, this is
It's like
it's
it's
the
all
wrong
about
attitude to have.
it's all about your self-confidence, right? And sometimes it's a little bit too much. Like I think that some guys like it's too too confident, but I'm sure that like the guys thinking, oh, girls are just dating and they have a lot of options. The girls are thinking, oh, the guy is dating, he has a lot of options.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting for me to see like from both sides what people are doing. And it's like my not favorite phrase, but start to make fun of me, but I now like getting in this like when I accuse him of something, like say you guys, right? Like, and he say you guys, like it's like I like why you accusing me of like everybody else? And also like I know what you think, and he say, oh, how do you know what you think? How do you know what you think? So how do I what do I think? So um like there's easy way to do it, and the ladies also looking for some legit place where they can meet a guy. They want like we recently I have a call with a lady. She was asking me probably 100 questions about this guy, and like, is he serious? Is he overcome his divorce? If he's like, are you sure that he's like really looking for this and then and that? And her questions were legit and very serious. And she's very pretty woman. She can definitely meet somebody else in this other country where she is now, but she wants to find men with the premise, like strikers say, like with this narrative story
Mm.
where the guy came to the agency. And I know him because I spend hours on phone, and all of our clients will know. They even had, like the most asking questions, that the most frequent question that I have
Asked.
to ask question is like, do I ever sleep? Is because like I message to them always to make sure that everything is right. But anyway,
Well, I'll
and
just say here also, like if a woman has moved to say Germany, right? Her German is most likely, for the most part, going to be really, really shitty, right? Where is she going to meet men? On Tinder? Or who's on Tinder, right? It's kind of a hookup app, right? I think we've kind of established that many years ago, is that Tinder was built and it's been used to basically hook up. So where is she going to meet men? She doesn't speak the language. She's just going to like stand on the corner of the street and wait for a man to come over and start speaking to her, and hopefully that she can make sense of it. Maybe she has very good um, grasp of the German language, for sure. Or maybe she'll get a job somewhere and she'll meet someone. Maybe she's working as a baker, and the head baker, they form a relationship. But there's this fantasy view of how good women's lives are and how many options that they have. Even in the West, it's like not as good as what we're led to believe it is. Made possibly because they're looking for something that they probably can't achieve. But in these other countries, it's these women. And I mean, if the women are of age of clubbing, for sure, Definitely. If a woman is 22, 23, 25, 27, something like that, and she goes to the club and she's a Ukrainian, beautiful looking woman with blonde hair, blue eyes, and all that, of course, guys are going to try and hit on her and take her home. Of course. But
That
is that
doesn't
what?
mean that
But
she's.
is that what she's wanting to do? Does she want to go to Germany and get smashed by a bunch of Germans? Basically, is what I'm saying. Probably not. Is she going to turn herself into a slut? No, probably not. It depends on the
No,
Ukrainian girl.
definitely.
Some
And
girls
again,
are, some
like
girls
I was
aren't.
talking to
So
the guy this morning, and I said it depends who you're looking for. I said if you're looking for this plastic doll with the fake everything, then
yeah.
you do. He
Oh,
doesn't.
don't put your
Um,
shit on me, girl.
I was about to tell you. I was about to read. So the question is: Striker making you wear hard-worked clothing, Luba? No, I'm not allowed to. I'm waiting until
No,
he'll.
I
I
had a
wait
shirt
until he
and
will grow up. Like I try to feed him better.
and I
I try
and,
to
and,
feed him
and I and I
better.
and I got a logo printed on the shirt.
I also want to be honest, but it was a very nice surprise. That was something that really touched my heart, like touched me when I saw that. And he didn't
Not
point
so.
that, but
Why?
when I saw, like it was kind of like very nice.
The logo on the shirt. You can't
Yeah.
even see it because it's
No,
black.
but you have another one
It's
on the video that we did. Just have a look, like it's
it's
blue,
black on black.
but it's very nice because I know what like it's like more than business for us. It's really like it's really very
I also
important.
got it tattooed on my lower back. The logo.
Lower back.
Mm.
Oh, okay. What are the age range of the girls in your database? I would say from 20, probably. I don't think that we have 18. I don't remember, but
Yeah,
18 to 55, probably, like this.
yeah.
I have good
But we
options.
don't like when it goes to those younger ages. It's like
Have either of you thought
that.
about having a TikTok account? We think about so many things, but we
I don't like TikTok, and I think that our future clients are not on TikTok. I think the TikTok is a complete and total waste of time. Instagram is borderline because you can learn some stuff on Instagram, and I do see some value in it, depending on what you're doing. But TikTok is it's just garbage. It really is. It's like mind-numbing rubbish. Whereas like you could go to YouTube and you could watch a video, you could even watch the news or watch something interesting or how to do something or how to be a better chef if you want to be or how to fix something or do something. There's good information. TikTok is just like scroll, garbage, garbage, rubbish, 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 rubbish. It doesn't like I just can't see that a man who's like trying to progress his life forward is spending time on TikTok. So that's why we don't have a TikTok account. I mean, we kind of do have an Instagram one that we don't spend much time on, but we probably should in terms of marketing. But I don't know. We're so busy with stuff, like everything. Like Luba's like so busy with coaching and doing the calls, and I'm busy and doing the matchmaking. I'm busy doing the coaching and the calls as well. Plus, I'm working on an incredible project at the moment that's probably going to take, well, I don't know. Supposed to have it done by March, but like everything else I do, takes 4 times as long. Sometimes it's not a bad thing.
Так, Luke and
Results are usually pretty
Raphael,
good.
I don't
So
know what you're talking about the age. The guys that we're working with, our oldest client was 75, and
who was it?
I took him on a tour. But it was very active. It was very active guy. You know what? The only thing that I request from the guy, honestly, like the only thing that I request from the client is to be honest. Like there is no need to any tricks or tracks or like lies or any like guess what. Like I only want honesty about your expectations. And if you're looking for younger lady and big age gap, tell us. Tell
Yeah,
us and we will tell you honestly why would you spend money on buying our package and then say like when you send me the list of ladies you send me like very young ones. Like I don't see it's fair. Like I don't think it's fair
well,
because like for me just one second, for me it's very important to know your situation. Some
yeah.
situations are like we have a guy who called us and he say, guys, like I'm at the moment like I have like several properties, but because I'm bachelor, like I live in a basement of one of them, and I just rent them all. And he said like, what do you think of that? And I say, as soon as you're honest about that, and it's like he's not living in a basement because he doesn't have money, just the way he invests and grow his business. For example, I'm not gonna tell the lady that he lives in a basement because it would sound very unusual, I would say. But for me, it's important to understand because I can not cover you, but I can make it more explanationable. I can explain that better than you would
Yeah.
say. I live in a basement. Like that's it. Or we have a guy who,
Well, an American basement is different from a Ukrainian
and
basement.
yes, because I
Your
also
one, you have your jars of tomatoes and you hide in case there's like, some explosions. Their one, they have
it's like
beds, showers. It's like a
yeah,
house
it's
under
like
the
it's
thing.
like an apartment, and
Yeah.
I knew that. Like I knew that because, but if you say basement, like it's actually what Stryker just described. It's like
Jars of tomatoes.
jars of tomatoes. So yeah, so basically for me the most important, and the youngest guy was 22, but he was just course back
Yeah, he
then,
wasn't a proper client.
and the proper client is 27 at the moment.
Yeah, I'll just say here, what was I going to say before you said that?
27.75.
Before that, it was yeah, about being honest, because if somebody can, and we have had this before, somebody comes to us and they say, I just want a young chick. I've got plenty of money. She has to look good. She has to understand, you know, why she's with me. I'll take care of her, and we'll travel and we'll do all that stuff, and that's fine if you tell us that, because then we can put that out there and say, look, do you know any woman who don't give a shit? He doesn't give a shit that you have this agreement, and who are we to decide what love is? I said this in one of my very first videos. It's like, it's not my job to decide what love is. If there's a man who's 70 years old with a ton of money and a woman who's 22 years old who's happy to take care of him in whatever way they agree to, they may form a bond that could be considered love.
But it should be equal, and we
And
don't.
that's the honesty. That's the
That's the
integrity
honesty,
that
yeah.
comes into
Like
it.
you have to understand, what you.
Well, she has to have the integral.
But it's not our typical clients.
No, no. I mean, it's not. This is like
even.
a sugar baby thing. But what I'm saying is that if that's what you're looking for, and you have money and you want to flaunt it and use it, and why not? You've worked hard your whole life. Maybe you never had a wife, you never had kids or anything like that. Why not? I mean, I certainly don't judge, and if I was in that situation, maybe I would do something similar as well. But then if you find a woman and she knows that that's what you're after, and yeah, that's what I'm giving. What's wrong with that? The only bad part comes is if she pretends to really be in love with him when she's not. She just wants to hang out and go in his helicopter and have fun or whatever. And that's where actually very interesting. Should I tell what I realized when I was in Thailand recently? So when I was last time I was in Thailand was probably about 5 years ago. And I love Thailand. I love the food. I love the people. I love the islands. I think it's just great. I used to see in these like Phuket, Pattaya, I think was the other.
He's
place.
actually telling you a new business idea, guys.
No, it's not. It's not a business idea. I don't know if there's any. Well, there probably is a business in there somewhere. But what there was, and I remember I used to see these guys like 60 years old, usually from Australia or UK. They all kind of sort of looked the same with these young women. And I just think it was kind of weird.
Time to go.
I thought it was kind of it's story time. I just thought it was kind of weird, but I understood it a little bit later on. Anyway, I was there like 2 weeks ago, and I saw it twice. There was a guy, and he had like a walking frame, and he had a hot, like young Thai woman that was kind of like guiding his walking frame. I think it had a couple of wheels on the front, and he's guiding that. And I was like, that's pretty out there. And it's on the main stretch, like the Bangla Road, which is like crazy, just party life. And then a few days later, there's a guy behind me who was coughing because his food was too hot and spicy. And he was about, I'd say between 80 and 90 years old. And this young woman was like wiping the food off his face. And I got at my phone, I was going to take a video and to send it to Luba. And I said, like, this is what I was talking about with these. And I stopped myself. And the reason that I stopped myself is because I realized that these guys fucking understand something, right? These old guys got it. They went, you know what? Probably never been married, probably have no kids, right? Or maybe they've got kids and they're just like, my kids don't give a shit, right? So they've gone, instead of spending like $4,000 a week in some nursing home in Australia, I'm going to Thailand and I'm going to give this Thai girl $1,000 a month. She's going to do my laundry. She's going to pick up my food from the thing. She's going to wash my back. She's going to do everything she needs to do in my house. And I'm going to live the rest of my life out in this place here.
It is advice for the clients who are
No, but they get
80 plus, but our clients wants to find a woman and just enjoy that with her.
But if you don't,
there's an option.
Sorry,
I mean, we
man.
can find you any way. Oi.
Okay, well, should we?
One. Okay.
I don't know what this video was about in the first place, anyway.
Okay. Um,
Oh, matchmaking. We don't. In long story short, we don't fucking know what's going to happen in the future. If you want to do it and you don't want to miss out, then do it now.
but that's right, because honestly, like, who knows? Maybe they're going to be aliens or something like that. And honestly, the best time, I was saying that since we start, because if you remember, we started the hard rocket exactly that, like, we started like around 6 or of March, and 16th of March, like, the borders were closed because of the COVID, and that is how we like start the hard rocket. And then we have this idea of this, online, um, online dates, and then we start, like, then the sky was open, the guys start coming, and this and this and this, and even like when the short period of time that we actually was living in Ukraine and doing tours, like how many couples we created, how many tours we've done, it was incredible. And so and I was always saying, like, the best time is now. Before it was COVID, now COVID, what is COVID, who is COVID? No, then it will be something else. And if you really want to do it now. Try it at least, and it will not hurt you, I think.
Yeah, because you never know. Like, you don't know what's around the corner, what's going to happen. Like, there may be another lockdown, right? And then you can't travel, you can't do it, and there will be one.
Let me
like,
go to US, and then please,
there-
all the lockdowns after
there's
April,
some monkey.
please.
There'll be some flu. There'll be something that's going to come along. So
No, please.
stop sitting around waiting. Just go and do stuff. That's my view on things.
Yeah, and also the future. Who knows what will be in the future? Honestly, like, I'm from Ukraine, and now the future is like one of the most. Like,
Yeah,
I thought that I know everything. Like, I was
she
telling,
did.
I was telling, like, because I was always dreaming to live in a different country, always, always, until I met Stryker, until we started the hard rocket, and then I
My
was
fault.
just absolutely happy, and my life can't be better. Like last year, I was like in a absolutely zen, when I was like everything I wanted, I have, like, everything, a good company, happy clients, everything. And now, and then one day that's over, like, they just steal our life, but we keep living. We understand that, we still help our friends and family as much as we can. We do what we can, but we need to keep living, and we need to, like, start. I can't make any further plans for myself. Like, I can't think, okay, what will be next, but I try to enjoy it what it is now.
Well, yeah, I've always said that Luba hates this idea, but like to have on the wall like a death
I
clock,
hate it.
like seconds that count down.
It's negative.
Well, first it was like a calendar, and you clip the thing of how many days you've got left, approximately to live, whatever. But I think it's good because you won't sleep in. If you knew the exact moment, well, not the exact moment, but when you were going to die, you wouldn't sleep in. You wouldn't waste time doing things that aren't important. You were doing everything that you did. You'd be maximizing the time that you have, and I think that would be uh, pretty pretty powerful, And I try to remember those things. If I'm like lying in bed, I'm like, oh, I'm so tired, I can't be bothered getting up. I think of my death clock, and even if I can't see it, my death clock is still ticking down. And my biggest fear, I'll
That the
just say
battery will die.
that the battery will overheat on the camera again. But the biggest fear that I have is that I will get to a point in my life where I'm not physically able to do something that I really want to do now. That's my biggest fear. Is that, like, I think, oh, I really wish I'd gone to Nepal and like climb the mountains. What's it? Everest, I think it's up there. To climb Everest, but now I can't because my legs are I'm too old, and I'd have to wait out the last of my years thinking that I should have done it. That's my biggest fear, not Chat GPT.
I was always dreaming, like, because when I was a kid, I was dreaming to learn how to play piano. And
You
I
should do
went,
it.
yes, and then I got my white piano last year for the birthday.
Yes.
And what? It's in Ukraine. But do it, just do everything. I'm sorry, like, I just realized that I was using my phone a lot, but it's not because I'm doing anything else.
TikTok.
I'm just reading comments here because it's like we're all getting older and it's like too far.
Yeah, I can't see this on the
You
screen
can't
here.
see it, so I'm not doing anything, just reading comments. Okay.
Read
Get
some comments,
busy.
and then we'll get off this.
Get busy living or get busy dying. No, it's not positive way to
No, it is. It's
get
live,
busy living.
or yeah, either you're living or you're getting ready to die. No, that's great comment.
Guys, if you have any, like,
Can I
favorite
pin it?
phrase,
How can I pin it?
no.
What
If
do you
you have
mean,
any
no?
favorite phrase, just write it, like, just for the inspiration. Like, what is your favorite? What is the phrase that inspire you? Like, that help you to like motivate you or inspire. For me, for example, I really do like the phrase "sky is the limit." This is my phrase. What?
But you're limiting yourself by the sky. What's past the sky?
I don't care. Let me get there first. Not that.
But then you're saying it's the limit. It should be that.
Nothing is the limit. Is it better? Nothing. Nothing is the
No,
limit.
everyone always has these things that they interpret in their mind and they use them
That's
to.
me, Stryker. Once I became.
They use them to. I'm trying to wait till it gets to 40 viewers, and it gets to 37 and 38.
Guys, can you please join from 2 devices, like so Stryker will be a bit happier.
Hey, I'll join, eh? That'll put us to 38.
Mama, Papa, everybody.
Yeah, get Mama. Oh, how's Mama? She's living here at the moment, isn't she?
Yeah, Mama is here. You got your borscht yesterday. Was it good?
It was good, yes. I've only eaten one. She gave me two. She gave me two borsches.
Borscht.
I've eaten one.
They didn't leave you on red. You left them on speechless.
Let me see.
They didn't leave you on red. You left them on speechless.
They didn't leave you on red. You left them on speechless. Ah, okay. Yeah. So red. So they looked at your message, they read it, then they did nothing. So that's one red. Not red the colour, but red.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're like,
Oh, it's good. It's a very positive way of
and
thinking.
they can't speak because it's
keep
just
moving
so good.
forward. If you're going through hell, keep going positive. Even when she leaves you, Doug, okay? One day your life will flash before your eyes. Make sure it's worth watching.
Hey, you know, I
30, what? 39?
no,
Guys,
it should go to 40 because I just joined.
Jason, can you please join from... What?
Why it doesn't recognize me because
Jason, can you open
they
another
knew
computer?
that I was a bot.
Sammy?
Someone joined.
Look,
Someone
Lord.
got one of those Apple watches. Can you join with one of
I
those?
don't know why it's matter.
I don't know. I'm OCD. I need
Guys,
to
can
round
you
it
make
up.
him happy, please?
I
And
just need to
then
round things up. I remember we always had 100 once. Remember that?
you two have got to fly to UK and sort the women out here. We actually, I think that we're coming to UK next October.
Yeah, we're not going to go there to sort out the woman though. That's your job.
All of the losers, the lost of time.
But we're not going to sort. But we are going to come over there. We're thinking about actually
They're
having
leaving.
a
They're leaving now. Thank you, guys. Very supportive.
because we started talking about UK women. Sorry, come back. We won't do it again. But we're actually going to go there. We've actually got some things that we have to do in UK for work. But we're thinking about having like an event at an old English pub, and we'd hang out there and invite
need
some
some
people,
practice.
and we will. What's that?
With the language.
We'll have a few beers, won't we?
I want a cup of tea.
She can have her cup of tea, you know. And we'll just hang out there in an old English pub. Some mashed potatoes and peas.
I know that. But the
That's my English accent. Hopefully that's not too offensive to anyone who's English. I'm actually English myself, to be perfectly honest.
so we have a guide there. We have a guide who will show us signs. Have a pint.
Okay, well, we didn't get to 40. Thanks a lot, guys.
Came late, finally quote. Good to see you. You're still planning a meet in New York. Famous saying, he who hesitates is lost, says the moment. Okay. Oh, how you guys become so talkative by the end?
Yeah.
Like when we were, if you decide to move to Ukraine.
What's the sayings? Read me the sayings.
Say-
I like these little memes.
Um,
He who hesitates is known as the hesitant one.
says the moment. He who hesitates is lost, says the moment. You know, it's like a dad jokes. Like it's a bit difficult for me to understand. I was looking for some like to be or not to be. Well, that is the question.
Ask
But
ChatGPT. They'll come
Chat
up with it.
GPT.
Okay, well, let's close up. We're back at
41,
39.
41. I will take a photo. Okay, for you, I will print
Here
it
it
now.
says 39.
No, it's bullshit. Like here, look at mine.
It's a bullshit.
I just did something, guys. Thank you for watching. Anyway, it's our
To all 41 of you. We appreciate
couch
it.
coach, and thank you for
Hey, let's see if we
booking.
can get to 50.
Stryker.
Let's tell some jokes.
There's no jokes. It's not funny.
Funny thing happened to me on the way to the podcast today.
Like what?
No, that's a Western thing. It's not important.
Okay. 40. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. And did you enjoy this couch coach session? Because I like it to be like
She wanted to call it couch. What did you say? Couch session.
couch talk.
Or couch talk. I wanted to call it couch patatas.
Couch potatoes. Why?
Like couch potatoes.
I'm
a
not
saying.
potato. You potato.
Well, that's the saying. It's like when people sit on couches in the West,
It's potatoes.
they're potatoes, but we're in Spain, so potatoes.
That's pirate worst nightmare. A sunken chest and no booty.
Yeah, if I can figure out a way to watch that Love Me documentary, I know I could probably put it over on Rumble or something like that, but I might try one more time. I might flip it in reverse, but then you won't be able to read the subtitles because it'd be very interesting, Luba's take on what's actually happening there. How can we do that?
I mean, I can watch
Hang
it.
on, can we just we can just maybe play it from like our own server?
But what if we watch it like here? The guy's watching it at home, and we just discuss at the same time. We start movie all at the same time. Like we're not showing it there, but we watch it like at the same time. We just
What if
say
it's what?
start.
Yeah, but look, it's taken us 2 hours to get to 40 people.
Stryker, why are you like shaming us? We're doing our best.
Actually, I've got an idea how we could do it. Maybe
Because
we
I
can
cut my
put
hair.
it. We can host the video on our own server. You go to the server and play and watch it, but you'll see us on YouTube watching it at the same time as you. How about that? So you'd be watching it in another window and listening to us. Yeah, I think we could do this. Or we could make a page on the website where the video is playing, but it's actually it's actually hosted on our website, but underneath it is showing the live video of us watching it at the same time as them.
I have a better idea.
I've
On
got
1
it.
second.
How can it be a better idea than
No,
that,
no, no, no,
Luba?
no, no. You know what? On Telegram, they have a live stream, but we never used it. Honestly, on
This
Telegram,
is a better idea.
really, on live stream, like
How
on
did-
our Telegram, nobody can tell us anything.
I'm pretty upset about this.
Why?
It's a
It's
good
a better
idea.
idea.
I wouldn't say it's a better idea, but it's an alternative idea.
Okay, you're always the best, but I'm on the second place.
That's right.
It's okay.
You know who the boss is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Live stream on Telegram. We never used it. I actually saw it yesterday. So please go to our Telegram.
So
I don't know how it works.
okay, we'll figure
Display
it out
as
at some point in
Luba,
time.
Start live stream, schedule live stream.
Yeah,
Yeah, schedule live
but
stream.
you can't play a video. It's just a live stream. So you think you're going to put this here? Maybe you can. Maybe we can put it on a tripod and people can watch
Can
the
we
screen.
discuss it a bit later, like where we should involve all 12 guys that stayed?
There's 38 of them, and all 38 have stayed for this exact moment. So let's begin.
Так, you do a video reaction. There
Okay.
are millions of the videos. Video reaction, we can. I think you can show the movie through the mini player with the view frame. I have seen this before, and YouTube doesn't censor it.
No, well, I did a dry run earlier by just doing a unlisted stream of this, and it stopped it like after 2 minutes. This I've used a small section of this movie before, and they say you've been demonetized and you've blah blah blah. So they know it. They know the time codes. They know the voices. They know the sound. They know the pictures. I could try and flip it in reverse, but we'll figure out a way to do it because I think I do like the idea of doing it on Telegram.
Yeah, we can try. So, guys, please join our Telegram. Thank you for watching. Book a call with us if you want coaching. If you want matchmaking. If you want to meet up in US. Anything basically you want.
If you want to send us gifts,
Don't forget about International Women's Day. If you're dating a woman, please be kind to send her flowers. I really ask. I'm not asking for myself. I'm asking for them. It's like it's like grandmother. Like I'm asking for my grandchildren to be rich.
Yeah.
But like really, like International Women's Day, flowers are very important sign of attention to the ladies. Please do them. If you don't know how to make a delivery, if you don't know websites or something like that, message us. And Sammy is just messaged me that his luggage is delivered. So no worries. We can finish the call.
hey, we can stay here because we were going to.
We can leave it on
I
a
was going
positive
to get.
note.
I thought we were going to leave to fix that, but now it's done. Hey, we're gonna
Where? To Poland? We are we're so...
I got some contacts in Poland in the luggage department at the airport.
Yeah.
They'll get
Okay,
it.
guys, thank
They'll
you so
sort it.
much for watching. We really appreciate it. And, we are...
We don't know what we're doing.
But we do it very well. We see you in the next one.
We'll see you later.